everybody tells me about what they were going to do. They said, make no mistake about it, they were going to kill you. So, anyway, so like I say, I have it on very, 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 very good advice that they were going to kill me. And they did try to kill anyone that had ever known me, and lots of other stuff. And then they tried to use drugs and other techniques to try and control everyone. Try to do media control, tried to control the drugs, try to control the opium, try to control the media. They tried to control everything, so I wouldn't be known about. They tried to control the laws. Mostly it was JFK. He wanted to make it so whatever he did was legal and okay. And it's like, no, 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 no. You've done way too much. There's no getting out of this. I said other people, like, I put my dick in them, and then they're mine. Him, well, I don't know. I went over some of the stuff, and I'm not exactly sure. He was a psychopath, but I'm not really sure if he was that big of a psychopath. Like 1,000 years of torture, that's a lot. I think I might have just made sure he never did it again. I think they might have contacted him and found him and like put him in his place and basically been like, you're not going to do this anymore. Go have a garden. You know, like I said, I did have supporters. Like I said, the Irish, the Irish, not the Amish. The Amish might have supported me at some point in time, but the Irish definitely supported me. I love Irish, and the Aussies, and which are kind of the same, and some of the other ones. The Polish probably supported me too. They were really good. Like I said, Poland, I built the city. I built a lot of cities. You know, I might have even had Hitler's support. But there were some psycho things going on in Germany, and I was trying to track them down. Like I said, my little Renault factory was building tanks and had to go aggro on, we had to take back Paris, basically. Paris was going to hell, and we had to go take it back. And I lost about 3,000 people or 15,000 people in that. Good people. And I mean, I have a lot of people that work for me. And I don't like losing any of them. So, and I lost way too many people. I mean, in the food poisoning thing, there were 500 million deaths because they're putting Black Plague. They got Black Plague into. They didn't get it into my food distribution network because I had the radiation already set up, but they got it into a lot of other food distributors that didn't have the radiation things. They didn't radiate their food, so and then they tried to make me take my radiation thing offline, so they could poison people. And then they tried to cover it up. Like they couldn't get into my cities, they couldn't get into my power structure, so they wanted to do something different. And anyway, we got past that. A lot of people died, of course, but we got past that. Then they tried to bomb because I wouldn't sell. They couldn't make me sell. So then they tried to bomb my cities. I went through a lot. Fought through 2 world wars. It was a nightmare for me and my people. And it didn't have to be that way. I mean, I'm Lucifer. So you could say my systems, my backup security people definitely were working overtime. Like it was a lot of work to track down all these different people that were a problem. Mostly JFK was the keen psycho of them all, I guess. And he really thought, or Nixon thought he was that powerful. He wasn't really, though. Anyway, I don't know. Or Rodney did. Just because he has a warship. I built a warship that I named Rodney. I cut the back end off because I wanted to know what a flat back, if we could save on the metal or whatever. Something like that. So I named a warship after him. Anyway, a lot of things happened. It wasn't really a warship. It's just a ship that shells rock, basically. I mean, that's all we used it for. We used it to shell rock, like to build rivers and stuff. Anyway, so like I say, they were going to kill me, and they did try and kill all my people. But like I say, I mean, I'm the creator of humanity, so sooner or later humanity realizes that. Sooner or later women realize that, you know, I did the reproductive system on their bodies, or some part of it, basically. I mean, do you know how much genetic work it takes? You have to be pretty old, by the way, to be able to do genetics from scratch. That's how good I was. I designed the human body from scratch, just in code. Like I actually, not actually by hand, I was an AI at the time. I had assistants, of course. Like I said, I have 12 races. I have 700,000 races, life form types that I created. Like I'm not just rich. I was creator of 800 galaxies. So, anyway, and somebody wanted to be like me or take over or do this or do that. They tried this, they tried that, they tried everything that they could possibly think of to try and kill me, get rid of me. Well, it's because they were going to get tortured for 1,000 years. They had done a lot of really bad things. I mean, I went through it. I was pretty fair about it. Like, I didn't torture anyone that didn't just really, really, really deserve it. And I mean, JFK really, really fucking deserved it. I mean, I felt bad about it afterwards, though. I did at some point. But, I mean, 1,000 years of torture, that's a lot. Usually it's like 100 or something like that. I would do it for most people. And that's only if they, you know, that was really only for the people who I told, who other people told, and then they still did bad things and they still denied me. I mean, they really had it coming. And then they tried to get out of it. And it's like, you're not going to get out of it. You denied me, you killed people, you hurt people. Jail's the least of your worries. Like, and I have backup. 3 different races that are as old as me almost. They were like, they were pretty close to being as old as me. Of course. They came into existence some 500 trillion, I don't know, 900 trillion, 90 trillion years ago or something. Some vast distance of time ago, they came into existence and had known me. You know, they were just somewhere else. Anyway, I have all these groups, and like JFK and some of the others, they're like, well, if they do come, we'll kill them. It's like, you're not going to be able to kill a whole race that is literally 90 trillion years old. That's not going to happen. Anyway, though, JFK thought that, you know, he could do this, he could do that, and it's like, you know, you just got to put things in perspective. You know, that's what a couple of the people said. You just got to put things into perspective, John. I think it was John McCain or something like that, or someone else. It's like, you got to put things into perspective and understand, like, you know, you look at the stars and just look, 800 of those galaxies are mine. Maybe more. Like, I created the matter that make up them. So, you know, it's like that. Not to mention Renault and all the other factories. I took back Paris. I protected Russia. And then at some point in time we ran up into, well, first we were making things and then we ran up into the cold. And we like circled back around. You know, there's a lot of stuff that happened in Russia. So,